Before choosing a sofa, a coffee table, or any decorative element, there's something far more important: learning how to read a space. When most people look at an empty living room, they simply see a room without personality. An interior designer, however, sees the exact opposite. They see opportunity. An empty space is like a blank canvas. Every wall, every window, and every source of natural light will influence the decisions we make throughout the design process. That's why a successful interior project never begins with furniture. It begins with understanding the space itself. This living room already offers 3 valuable qualities. First, it features an open layout that allows different areas to be organized without interrupting the visual flow. Second, the large floor-to-ceiling windows flood the room with natural light, completely changing the way the space is perceived throughout the day. And finally, it has a main wall with enough presence to become the architectural focal point of the entire design. Instead of relying on bold colors or excessive decoration, we extended the vertical wood slat paneling across almost the entire wall. This single architectural gesture transforms a flat surface into a feature full of texture, depth, and character. With the focal point now established, it's time to introduce one of the most transformative elements in any interior design project: lighting. One of the most common mistakes in residential design is relying entirely on a single overhead light. While it may provide enough illumination, it often creates a flat environment that hides the richness of textures and materials. By layering different types of lighting, the room immediately gains depth. Surfaces become more expressive, textures come to life, and each area begins to serve a different purpose. The living room is no longer just a brightly lit space. It becomes an environment designed to be enjoyed throughout every moment of the day. Many people begin an interior design project by choosing a sofa. Professional designers, however, usually start with something far more important: defining the space where everyday life will actually happen. The first element we introduce is a large area rug. Although it may seem like a simple decorative accessory, its purpose goes far beyond aesthetics. Next, we position a generously sized coffee table with clean lines and simple proportions. Rather than choosing an elaborate statement piece, we select a solid design with natural finishes that adds visual weight without competing with the architecture. We then introduce 2 sofas facing one another. This arrangement is both aesthetically pleasing and highly functional. Notice how the table doesn't rely on bold shapes or decorative details to attract attention. Instead, its role is to create a visual anchor between the 2 sofas while helping maintain balance throughout the entire room. With the seating area now complete, it's time to introduce one of the essential features of any modern living room: the media area. The challenge is to integrate technology without allowing it to become the focal point of the space. We begin by installing a floating media cabinet with clean lines and a long horizontal profile. By lifting it off the floor, the room immediately feels lighter and more spacious. This solution also makes cleaning easier, while allowing the indirect lighting beneath it to become part of the overall design. With the furniture in place, it's time to integrate the media area without allowing it to dominate the design. Rather than making the television the focal point, we conceal it behind a sliding panel that blends seamlessly into the wood slat wall. When closed, the screen disappears completely, allowing the architecture to take center stage. It's a simple solution that keeps technology fully functional while preserving a clean, elegant, and timeless living space. We've reached the end of this transformation. What was just a few minutes ago a completely empty room has become a contemporary, warm, and balanced living space. But if we look closely, we'll realize that the true transformation wasn't simply about adding furniture or decorative objects. What began as an empty room has been transformed into a warm, contemporary living space through a series of thoughtful design decisions. We created a strong focal point with a full-height slatted feature wall, enhanced the architecture with layered indirect lighting, and designed a comfortable seating area using balanced proportions and natural tones. We also integrated the media area with a concealed sliding panel, allowing technology to disappear when it's not in use, while carefully selected decorative pieces added warmth without creating visual clutter. This project shows that great interior design isn't about spending more. It's about making better decisions. Because sometimes, a few well-planned changes are all it takes to completely transform a space.